working with the characters. You never knew what to expect. Donald Duck, if you ever get to meet him, he always signs his autographs Donald Duck #1 because Donald likes to think that he's bigger and more important than Mickey. True fact. Donald's actually in more cartoons than Mickey Mouse is. What would be fun is when people would come in to meet Donald, we like to point out everything Mickey. Hey Donald, look at the neat Mickey hat. He'd take the hat, throw it on the ground. Donald, look at their neat pen. It's a Mickey Mouse pen. And so we would give excuses for Donald to react to Mickey stuff and start telling people he's #1. But Donald wouldn't just be satisfied with that. At Toontown, where a lot of the character meet and greets got to take place, in the very first Toontown room where Donald would be, was a big banner on the side and had a big list of all the characters. Somehow on this banner, they left Donald off of it. Donald Duck was not happy. So here's a secret. Sadly, it's not there anymore, so you can't see this for yourself. But trust me, it's true. At the very bottom of this banner, Donald had lifted it up, and underneath he wrote Donald Duck #1. But the only way you could see it was to flip the banner up. But Donald liked to point that out. Donald Duck #1. The other thing that Donald would do sometimes, he was a little bit of a flasher. I mean, you know he would forget to wear his pants, but then if you were being really obnoxious to him, he'd sometimes take his shirt and go... Trust me, a duck belly is kind of scary. We would also have characters that would do hilarious things. Goofy one time decided he was in love with Spider-Man. And so for like a week and a half, he tried to be Spider-Goofy. And he would run at the wall and... Goofy couldn't stick to walls very good. We also had Pluto. I don't know how he did this, but he got very talented at untying our shoelaces. And we would be there with our cameras, and we would be shooting away, and all of a sudden, Pluto had done this slide that untied our shoes. He actually would even tie them together sometimes, which how he did that with those paws, I still haven't figured out. Chip and Dale were always causing trouble. I mean, just as bad as in the cartoon. They would do all sorts of things, and then you look up and, hey, which of you did that? And you'd see both of them pointing at each other. You never knew what to expect with those two. Stitch? Well, Stitch was a whole nother story. Stitch would find all sorts of ways to not just get in trouble with what he was doing, but with everybody around him. He would constantly give people raspberries. He would pick his nose and flick it at you. One of the things that would drive me nuts about Stitch, autograph pens. See, Stitch didn't just like any regular old pen. He really wanted permanent markers. And a lot of people don't carry permanent markers. So the photographers would, and Stitch liked to steal our pens. Oftentimes when Stitch would give us the pen back, it was tip of the pen first. It wasn't unusual for me to come home with my hand all colored multiple colors if I had been working with Stitch. And my kids would look at my hand and go, Dad, why is your hand red, green, and black? Stitch got it. Oh. But one of the funniest things I ever saw was we had one time we were at the Grand Expo. In our break room in the back of Grand Expo, we would share it with the chipmunks. And like I said, they caused trouble all the time. One of our girls had been having a break and she'd been sitting back there eating with them. She comes back to work and she's about 8 months pregnant. Now, Grand Expo is where we sold the pictures, so we'd have our counters, and the chipmunks, when they were on their way out to meet people, came walking out past our counters and then would go outside. As they're walking past, one of them saw the girl who was pregnant and patted her tummy a little bit as he's walking by. She looks at both of them and say, well, hey, you know this is your fault, don't you? And Chip and Dale both stop and look at her and go, us? How did we do it? And she says, well, it is your fault. Just in the back there, you gave me your nuts. And I went, I don't think she had any clue what she said. Now, of course, what she's referring to is chipmunks like to eat nuts, like walnuts and peanuts and things like that. And she meant Chip and Dale had been giving her some walnuts and peanuts to eat at the break room. But that's not what it sounded like. And poor Chip and Dale are just reacting, and they just stop. And one of them falls on the ground laughing. The other one's slapping the table because they can't make any noise. And a little while later, she realized what she said and just went, oh, that's not what I meant. Oh, did we have fun giving her a bad time that her baby was going to be half chipmunk. Thank you once again for watching. I hope you enjoyed the stories. If you are enjoying these, please let me know. Send me a comment, send me a note. Give me some feedback. I'd love to hear from you. Also, again, please be sure to like the videos, share them, spread the word. Thank you again. I so much appreciate you watching.